There's something about high school bullies. Give them an audience and suddenly they think they run the world. She was the new girl, quiet, nervous, just trying to survive her first week. And to them, that made her the perfect target. One shove, one scream, and they tossed her into a trash bin like she wasn't even human. Their friends laughed. Phones came out. It was entertainment to them. What they didn't notice, not at first, was the man standing at the end of the alley. Jasonstatham had come to pick someone up, only to watch a girl get thrown into garbage like she was nothing. He stepped forward once, then again, and when the bullies finally turned and saw him, their smiles disappeared. This wasn't just another prank gone too far. This was the moment everything they'd done was about to come back for them. But before we continue, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss these powerful, emotional stories. And if you enjoy seeing bullies get exactly what they deserve, go ahead and drop a like. It really helps the channel and lets me know you want more stories like this. High schools have their own ecosystems. The loud rule the hallways. The quiet survive by slipping through cracks. And the outcasts, they pray each day ends faster than the last. Autumn Ridge High wasn't any different. It was a Tuesday afternoon, the kind where the sky looked tired, the bell rang too slowly, and everyone just wanted to go home. Students were spilling out of the main building, laughing, yelling, filling the courtyard with noise. But at the back of the school, behind the cafeteria and beside the dumpsters, another scene was unfolding, quiet, cruel, and hidden from everyone except a cracked security camera, and a man who happened to be walking up the wrong alley at the right time. Jasonstatham wasn't supposed to be there yet. He planned to arrive 10 minutes later to pick up his niece, Emma, a shy, artistic 14-year-old who adored him more than anyone else in the world. Her father, Jason's brother, worked long shifts, and her mother had passed away years earlier. Jason stepped into the father figure role without hesitation. But today, Emma texted him early. "Uncle Jason, can you come now? Don't want to wait outside today." The message felt off. Short, nervous. Emma usually spammed emojis and excitement. So Jason drove out earlier than planned. And that early arrival is what placed him behind the cafeteria at the exact moment. A group of boys cornered a girl half their size at the dumpsters. She was new, everyone knew that. Chubby, shy, soft-spoken. The type trying her hardest to disappear into the hallways. Her name was Lily, though no one there bothered learning it. "Come on, new girl," the lead bully sneered, a tall junior with a varsity jacket and the kind of laugh that tried too hard. "It's just a joke." Lily clutched her books close, stepping back until her shoulders hit the graffiti-stained wall. "Please, I didn't do anything," she whispered. "You bumped into me," he snapped, "and you didn't even say sorry." I did." He smirked, not loud enough. The others laughed. To them, everything cruel was just another opportunity for entertainment. Lily shook her head, cheeks flushed with fear. "I really didn't mean." Her sentence shattered with a scream as the lead bully shoved her forward, books scattering like broken wings across the ground. "Oops," he said mockingly, clumsy and rude. The others circled her like hyenas. "Let's help her find her place," another jeered, "right where she belongs." The trash bin lid screeched open. "No," Lily cried. But she didn't stand a chance. One lifted her by the arms. Another kicked her feet out. A third pushed her back. Her head hit the rim of the bin. Her backpack caught on a corner. She twisted, helpless, pleading. "Please stop, please, please." Their laughter drowned her out. They shoved her inside. The lid slammed shut. Her muffled sobs echoed against metal walls. Phones recorded. Cruel jokes flew. And that's when the alley fell quiet abruptly, unnaturally quiet. Because someone had just stepped into the far end of the alley. A man. Broad-shouldered. Hands in his pockets. Expression unreadable. The first bully noticed him and frowned. Can we help you, dude?" Jason didn't answer. He just stood there, staring at the trash bin where Lily was trapped. The boys exchanged confused glances. Relax, the lead one scoffed. It's just a joke. Jason's voice when it came was low. Controlled. Too calm. That, he said, wasn't a joke. They laughed out of nerves, not confidence. Who even are you? One asked. Jason didn't respond. He just walked past them, slow and deliberate toward the trash bin. One of the boys stepped in front of him. Hey buddy, it's none of your. Jason kept walking. The boy moved out of the way. Jason lifted the trash lid. Inside, Lily curled up, shaking, tears streaking grime down her cheeks. For a moment, Jason's expression softened. You all right, love? He asked gently. She nodded barely. He helped her out, steadying her as her legs buckled. Her clothes were stained, hair tangled, glasses crooked. She clutched her arms around herself, trembling. Jason draped his jacket around her shoulders, the same jacket he always wore when picking up Emma. It's okay, he murmured. You're safe now. Her eyes widened, as if she hadn't expected kindness from anyone in this place. Then Jason stepped forward. The bully stiffened. He didn't yell. He didn't raise his hands. He didn't even look angry. But sometimes the scariest man is the one who doesn't need to shout to be heard. Did you do this? He asked the lead bully quietly. The teenager scoffed. Like I said, it was just a... Think carefully before you finish that sentence, Jason warned. The boy swallowed hard. Jason took another step toward him. You want to feel powerful? Jason asked, tone still calm. So you pick someone smaller, someone you think won't fight back. He leaned in, just enough for the boy to feel the weight of his presence. That stops today. The boy tried to stand tall. It didn't work. The others, they were suddenly very interested in the ground beneath their shoes. Jason didn't touch them, not yet. But the authority in his voice felt like a force pressing them against the wall. You're going to apologize to her, Jason said. Every single one of you. Silence. One chance, he added, and trust me, you want to take it. The lead bully's bravado cracked. He inhaled shakily, then croaked, sorry. Lily flinched at the sound. The other boys stumbled over apologies too, voices shaking, eyes darting anywhere but Jason's face. Jason didn't smile. Didn't soften. Now pick up her things, he said. They scrambled like kicked puppies, gathering her books, bag, papers, anything to avoid his gaze. When they handed everything back to Lily, she clutched the stack with trembling hands. Jason stepped between her and them, his posture making one thing very clear. If they so much as breathed wrong, he'd know. And they'd regret it. Get out of here, he said. They bolted, tripping over their own feet trying to escape the alley. The moment they vanished, Lily burst into tears. Jason knelt beside her. You're okay, he whispered. But she shook her head. No, they're going to do it again. They always do. Every day it gets worse. Jason's jaw clenched, not in anger toward her, but toward the system that let kids like her slip through the cracks. What's your name, love? He asked. Lily. I'm Jason. She nodded, wiping tears with her sleeve. He stood, offering his hand. She took it, hesitant but hopeful. Why were you back here alone? He asked as they walked. I usually wait for the late bus, she whispered. No one wants to sit with me. I thought hiding would make the day end faster. Jason felt something twist in his chest, a familiar ache. He recognized that feeling. Being young. Being alone. Being someone's target. He used to be the smallest kid in his neighborhood, the one older punks tried to shove around before he learned to fight back. But Lily, she wasn't built for violence. She was built for kindness, the kind of kid who apologized even when she wasn't wrong. They reached the courtyard, students still milling around. Lily looked down, scared someone would see her. Jason noticed her fear. He took off his jacket again and placed it over her head like a shield. Let's get you somewhere safe, he said. Just then, a familiar voice called out. Uncle Jason. Emma ran toward him. She didn't stop until she reached Lily. Are you okay? She asked softly, eyes wide with concern. Lily tried to nod, but fresh tears welled up. Emma looked at her uncle. "What happened?" she whispered. Jason didn't answer directly. He didn't need to. Emma stepped closer to Lily and squeezed her hand. "You can come with us," she said. "My uncle always fixes things." Jason blinked, caught by the innocence and certainty in her voice. Sometimes kids see the truth before adults do. Together, they led Lily to the car. She hesitated before climbing in. "Where are we going?" she whispered. Jason gave a small, reassuring smile. "Somewhere you're safe, somewhere no one's gonna hurt you." Her chest rose shakily as she nodded and slid into the backseat beside Emma. The two girls sat quietly, holding hands. Jason shut the door gently, then leaned against the roof for a long moment. Because something wasn't adding up. Bullies didn't escalate to this level on day one. Lily was new, but not that new. And her fear wasn't the fear of someone bullied once. It was the fear of someone bullied repeatedly, systematically, and completely ignored. Jason stepped into the driver's seat, suspicion threading his mind. Someone was failing this girl. A teacher, a counselor, the school administration. Or worse, someone knew and didn't care. Jason started the engine. Part of him hoped he was wrong. But he doubted it. Because the look in Lily's eyes wasn't just fear. It was recognition. Recognition of a cruelty she'd already learned to expect. And Jasonstatham had just made himself part of her story, whether he meant to or not. What he didn't know was that this wasn't the worst of what had been happening. Jason drove with both hands gripping the wheel, jaw tight, eyes flicking from the road to the rearview mirror every few seconds. In the backseat, Lily sat curled into herself, Jason's jacket draped over her shoulders like a small shield. Emma stayed close, one hand resting gently on Lily's back. She whispered, "You're safe. My uncle won't let anyone touch you." The words hit Jason hard. He wasn't sure when he'd become that person, the one kids turned to, trusted without question. Maybe it was after Emma's mother passed. Maybe it was after years of watching good people suffer while others turned away. But right now, Lily needed someone, and fate had put Jason in her path. He pulled into the small parking lot of a family-owned cafe, a quiet place he brought Emma when life felt too heavy. Warm light spilled from the windows, soft cinnamon scents wafted out every time the door opened. Perfect, gentle. He turned off the car. "Come on, love," he said softly, opening the back door for Lily. She hesitated. Her eyes trembled. She looked at the cafe, then back at him. Are you sure it's okay for me to be here?" Jason knelt down so he was eye level with her. "You're not a burden," he said. "You're a kid who needs a break. That's more than okay." And for the first time, Lily's lips twitched, not into a smile but something close. Inside, the owner, an older woman named Marlene, gasped when she saw Lily's state, dirty, trembling, red-eyed. "What on earth, Jason, what happened?" "We're sorting it out," he said. "Just need a quiet booth." Marlene nodded at once. "Of course, I'll bring hot chocolate, extra cream." Emma chimed in. "2 extra creams, she likes sweets." Lily blinked, surprised. "No one ever remembers what I like." Emma shrugged. "I'm a girl, we notice everything." They slid into a booth. Lily pushed her glasses up her nose, trying to steady her breathing. Jason sat across from her, hands folded. "All right," he said gently. "Tell me everything, love, not just today, all of it." Lily looked down at her shaking fingers. "It started my second day," she whispered. I wore shoes that were the right brand. Someone threw them on the roof." Emma gasped, "That's awful." Lily nodded. "Then they started taking my lunch, dumping my food, hiding my backpack, calling me. Her voice broke. Jason leaned forward. "You don't have to repeat it." Tears pooled in her eyes. "But the worst part," she said, "is I told a teacher once. He said I should ignore them and try blending in more." Jason's jaw tightened. "Who?" She hesitated. "Mr. Ralston." Jason didn't know the man, but he knew the type. Lazy. Detached. The kind who avoided trouble by pretending not to see it. Lily continued. "I tried staying quiet, I tried being invisible, but it just got worse. Today they said I was trash, so they. She hiccuped, tears spilling down her cheeks. Emma scooted closer, hugging her. Jason swallowed hard. He wasn't the type of man who cried. But watching a child try to explain humiliation she didn't deserve, that scraped something raw inside him. He reached across the table, palm open. "You're not trash, Lily," he said. "You're worth more kindness than they'll ever understand." A tear fell off her chin and hit his hand. Marlene arrived with cocoa, pausing when she saw the tears. "Sweetheart," she whispered. Lily wiped her eyes fast, embarrassed. "I'm sorry, I. Don't apologize for being hurt," Jason said firmly. "Ever." Lily clutched the warm mug, letting the heat ground her. After a long moment, she whispered, "They're going to hurt me again tomorrow." Jason sat back silent. He knew she was right. Bullies rarely stop because they grow conscience. They stop because someone makes them. And right now, the school clearly wasn't doing its job. Emma looked at him, eyes full of that quiet trust she carried only for him. "Uncle Jason, you're gonna fix this, right?" Jason didn't say yes. He just stood up. "Lily," he said gently, "finish your cocoa, then we're going to school." Her face drained. "No, please, they'll see me." Jason shook his head. "They won't see you, they'll see me." Emma nodded fiercely. "And trust me, when Uncle Jason walks into a room, people notice." Jason cracked the faintest smirk. "That's the idea." The school receptionist froze the moment Jason walked through the front office doors with Emma and Lily. He didn't raise his voice. Didn't threaten. He simply walked slow, deliberate, with a presence that filled the room. "Can I help you?" the receptionist asked nervously. "Yes," Jason said. "We need to speak with the principal now." Mr. Hall is in a meeting." Jason's gaze lifted. "Now," he repeated. She swallowed. "I'll call him." Minutes later, Principal Hall appeared, tall, balding, wearing a suit that tried too hard to look expensive. His smile was thin, fake. "Mr. Statham, I presume. How may I assist?" Jason stepped closer. "My niece goes here," he said. "My friend Lily does too, and today I found Lily thrown in a trash bin behind your school." Hall blinked. Smile gone. "That's a serious accusation." Jason didn't blink. "It's not an accusation, it's what happened." Hall looked at Lily, her stained clothes, her shaking hands. "Oh dear, well, I wasn't aware." Jason tilted his head slightly. "Why not?" The room went quiet. Hall cleared his throat. "Well, bullying cases, they aren't always reported." "She did report it," Jason cut in, "to a teacher, Mr. Ralston." Hall flinched. Jason stepped forward again, close enough for the principal to feel how serious this was. "She begged for help," Jason said. "And your staff told her to blend in." Hall stammered, "I'll speak with him." "That's not enough." Jason's voice wasn't loud, but it was absolute. "You're going to hold every bullying student accountable. You're going to make sure Lily is protected, and you're going to do it today." Hall wiped sweat from his forehead. Yes, of course, Mr. Statham. I'll arrange a meeting with the parents and the counselor." "That's a start," Jason said, "but I'm not leaving until I have proof that you'll follow through." Hall nodded vigorously. "Oh, of course." Jason turned to Lily, who was half hiding behind Emma. "Love," he said softly, "do you want to tell him what they did to you?" Lily swallowed hard. Her lips trembled. But then she took a breath, stepped forward, and explained everything: the stolen lunches, the shoes on the roof, the slurs, the trash bin. By the end, even the receptionist was wiping her eyes. Hall looked horrified. Ashamed even. "I'm so sorry this happened on my watch," he said. "We will take action immediately." Jason nodded once. "Good." "But Mr. Statham," Hall added nervously, "you said you're Emma's uncle. Are you that Jasonstatham?" Jason shrugged lightly. "Sometimes." Hall blinked. Lily looked confused. Emma grinned. Then Hall whispered, "I'll personally handle this, I swear." Jason stared him down for several seconds, enough to make sure the man understood the weight behind his words. Then he turned to Lily. "You don't have to be scared anymore," he said gently. "You don't face this alone, not anymore." Her chin wobbled. "No one has ever stood up for me before," she whispered. "Not like this." Jason crouched so he was eye level with her again. "You're stronger than you think," he said. "And those boys, they'll think twice before touching you again." Lily blinked up at him. Why did you help me?" Jason stood slowly. "Because someone should have helped you long before I showed up," he answered. "And because my niece was right." Emma grinned proudly. "We fix things." Word spread fast. Too fast. By morning, everyone knew what happened. The bullies avoided Lily like she was radioactive. Teachers treated her like royalty. Even Principal Hall checked on her twice. At lunch, she sat alone, worried Jason's protection would make things worse. But then Emma slid her tray beside her. Then 2 other girls. Then a boy from her class. Soon Lily wasn't alone anymore. And just when she thought the moment couldn't get any kinder, Jason walked into the cafeteria carrying a small gift bag. Every head turned. Every whisper hushed. He walked straight to Lily. Emma stood beside him proudly. "This," he said, handing her the bag, "is from both of us." Inside was a brand new pair of shoes, the kind all the popular kids wore, and a note. "Being new is hard, being hurt is worse. But being strong, that's who you are now." Signed, Jason and Emma. Lily burst into tears. But this time they were the good kind. She hugged Jason tightly, something she didn't think she'd ever be brave enough to do. "Thank you," she whispered against his jacket. "Thank you for seeing me." Jason brushed a tear off her cheek. "Everyone deserves to be seen," he said softly. And from across the room the bullies watched, pale, shaken, completely silent, because they knew. They hadn't just picked the wrong girl. They de-picked the wrong girl on the wrong day. And Jasonstatham made sure they'd never forget it.